Yeah, so today at his first formal news conference, President Biden responded to a renewed push by Democrats to reform the filibuster and deliver on major agenda items. Watch.
Why not back a filibuster rule that at least gets around issues including voting rights or immigration? Jim Clyburn, someone, of course, who you know very well, has backed the idea of a filibuster rule when it comes to civil rights and voting rights.
If we have to, if there's complete lockdown and chaos as a consequence of the filibuster, then we'll have to go beyond what I'm talking about.
All right, joining us now, Democratic South Carolina Congressman Jim Clyburn. He is the majority whip as well as the chair of the Select Subcommittee on the Coronavirus Crisis. Congressman, great to have you with us. So let me just ask you straight up. Are you satisfied with President Biden's answer today on the filibuster? Do you feel there is movement in the White House actually towards filibuster reform?
Well, thank you very much for having me. Yes, I am satisfied with what the president had to say today. The fact of the matter is, I know the history of the filibuster. Now, I know how it's been used. It was originally intended to allow the minority on any issue to extend the debate out, to give them time to build up support for whatever the position might be. Over time, especially during the Jim Crow era, and as we were trying to get voting rights and civil rights legislation going forward, that filibuster was being used to deny voting rights and civil rights. And that's just a fact. So just because it was being misused that way doesn't mean it was intended to be used that way. But I do believe that we're at the point now that we got to look at this misuse and see whether or not it's possible for us to do for the civil rights and voting rights as we've done for the budget. We call it reconciliation in order to get around the filibuster when it comes to the budget. It can also be reconciliation to get around voting rights suppression and civil rights in order to move the agenda forward.
Congressman, the president, I think, made some news when he agreed with former President Obama that the filibuster is a relic, as it was put, of the Jim Crow era, basically. By that logic, if you draw that out, one might expect the president to come out more strongly in favor of reforming or changing the filibuster. Do you feel like there is a disconnect between the president's perception of the origins and the foundations of the filibuster and his actions now in the White House? And are you concerned about it?
I don't think there's a disconnect. I think Joe Biden knows the Senate very well. He knows these issues very well. In fact, he and I bonded over Brown v. Board of Education. As you know, those were 5 different cases. One came out of South Carolina. The original case came out of South Carolina. And one of those 5 cases came out of Delaware. Belton v. Gephardt came out of Delaware. And Joe and I, over years, looking at the history of our 2 states as it relates to that issue, that's how we bonded. So he knows this very well. And he has said it very clear. The black folks had his back, and he will have their back. And there's no better way to have the back of black voters than to preserve the integrity of the vote. And he knows. He spoke about it today. How silly is it to say that you can't give a person a bottle of water standing in line to vote on a hot day? That's going to be a crime. You know, Georgia has done a lot of silly things in the past, just like South Carolina and other states have done silly things. But that is about as silly as anything I've ever heard in my life. So come on. Joe Biden knows better than that. There are 43 states that have now passed voter suppression laws. So I believe, and I've talked to Senator Merkel about this, Senator Merkley, I've said to him, if you got 43 states, that's only 7 short of all 50 states. We ought to make the Voting Rights Act, the John R. Lewis Voting Rights Act, apply to all 50 states. Just put it out there and have it apply to all 50 states. Because 43 now have proven it needed to be applied to. And then you don't have to worry about developing a record. Every state will be treated alike. We're now at a point that every single state ought to be brought under the Voting Rights Act of 1965, now known as the John R. Lewis Voting Rights Act.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.